Hello, Planeswalkers! Andrew here, and I'm here for what's mine. Well, I'm not, but Jared is. But this isn't just any normal Jared deck build. This is Jared Slivers. I put Slivers in here both to support Jared on their own, as well as directly give Jared their abilities by turning Jared into a Sliver. Jared himself makes an opponent the Monarch when he enters, and you can't become the Monarch the turn that he enters. If Jared would take damage while you're the Monarch, instead, he gets that many +1/+1 counters. Note, this means that Jared does not take the damage. To build Jared up, we have Blazing Sunsteel, which gives him +1/+0 for each opponent you have, and whenever the equipped creature is dealt damage, they deal that much damage to any target. Mask of Avacyn gives Jared +1/+2 and Hexproof. Mob Mentality gives Jared Trample, and whenever all of your non-walls attack, he gets a power boost equal to the number of attacking creatures. Rune Stalactite gives him +1/+1 and every creature type. Swiftfoot Boots gives him Hexproof and Haste. Now for a very important mechanic in this deck, Monarch. Of course, we can't get the Monarchy on the turn that Jared enters, so it's helpful to have cards that give you the Monarchy on entry. Archon of Coronation is a flyer that makes you the Monarch on entry, and as long as you're the Monarch, damage doesn't cause you to lose life, but you still technically take the damage, so an opponent can still take the Monarchy. Court of Bounty makes you the Monarch on entry, and on your upkeep you can play a land from your hand, and if you're the Monarch, you can choose to play a creature for free instead. Court of Grace makes you the Monarch, and on your upkeep you make a 1/1 Flying Spirit, or, if you're the Monarch, you make a 4/4 Flying Angel instead. Dawnblade Regent makes you the Monarch, and as long as you're the Monarch, your permanents have Hexproof. Emberwild Captain makes you the Monarch, and whenever an opponent attacks while you're the Monarch, Emberwild deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand. Regal Behemoth makes you the Monarch and adds an extra mana whenever you tap a land for mana while you're the Monarch. Skyline Despot makes you the Monarch and makes a 5/5 Flying Dragon on your upkeep if you're the Monarch. Now for the weird part, the Slivers. To save time, I'll just say what the Sliver does, and you can assume that they're giving that ability to all of your Slivers. Like this. Bone Scythe has Double Strike. Brood makes a 1/1 colorless Sliver whenever it hits a player. Cloud Shredder has Flying and Haste. Constricting exiles an opponent's creature on entry until it leaves the field. Essence has Pseudo Lifelink. Heart has Haste. Horned has Trample. Magma can be tapped to give a target sliver plus X+0, where X is your number of slivers. Mana Weft can be tapped for a mana of any color. Megantic has +3/+3. Pulmonic has Flying, and you may put it on top of your library if it would be put into your grave. Root can't be countered. Sentinel has Vigilance. Spiteful deals the damage it takes to target player or planeswalker. Thorncaster deals 1 to target creature or player on attack. Venom has Death Touch. Ward has you choose a color on entry and it has protection from the chosen color. Note, it only chooses a color when it itself enters, not when other slivers enter. Now, we've already gone over Rune Stalactite. One way of making Jared a Sliver so that you can schlorp up all of the other Sliver abilities. The remaining 3 cards you can run in Naya colors are in the support category coming up. Anger of the Gods deals 3 damage to each creature, exiling any creatures hit by this that would die this turn. This is one example of cards that hit all of your creatures in addition to your opponents, since both Jared wants to get hit but to get more swole, and there are plenty of creatures that can redirect damage in this deck. Arachniform gives the enchanted creature +2/+2, reach, and every creature type. Arcbond has you choose a creature, and whenever that creature is dealt damage this turn, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player. Armadillo Cloak gives +2/+2 in Trample, and Pseudo Lifelink. This means it stacks both with that one Sliver's Pseudo Lifelink as well as actual Lifelink. Blasphemous Act costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the field, and it deals 13 damage to each creature. Boros Reckoner can redirect damage to a creature or player. Brush Taunter can also do that, except it also has Indestructible and you can pay and tap it to have it fight another target creature. Cartouche of Strength gives +1/+1 and Trample, and when it enters, you may have the enchanted creature fight target creature an opponent controls. Chain Reaction deals damage to each creature equal to the number of creatures on the field. Fire Song and Sunspeaker give your red instants and sorceries lifelink, and whenever your white instants and sorceries make you gain life, they deal 3 damage to target creature or player. Hivestone makes all of your creatures into slivers. Kedis, Emberclaw Familiar, makes your commander deal damage to all 3 opponents when they hit one. Lightning Bolt is the classic 1-mana damage spell. Maskwood Nexus gives your creatures every type. Pariah's Shield says any damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the equipped creature instead. Putting this on Jared while you're the Monarch makes you completely immune to damage. Quest for Renewal gets a quest counter whenever one of your creatures is tapped, and as long as it has at least 4 quest counters, you untap all your creatures on each untap step. Roar of Challenge says all creatures able to block target creature this turn do so, and that creature gains indestructible if you control a creature with at least 4 power. You can cast this on Jared and then throw him at your opponent with the most untapped power to throw against him, making him frickin' huge. Rolling Earthquake deals X damage to each creature without horsemanship and each player. Star of Extinction destroys a land, then deals 20 damage to each creature and planeswalker. True Fire Captain redirects damage to target player. Now onto defense, which includes Bolt Bend, which costs 3 less to cast if you control a creature with at least 4 power. It lets you change the target of target's spell or ability with a single target. Deflecting Swat is free if Jared is out, and you choose new targets for target's spell or ability. Entangler lets the enchanted creature block any number of creatures, letting Jared be a 1-man wall to block an entire army if you are the Monarch. Gideon's Sacrifice has you choose a creature and all damage that would be dealt to you and your permanents this turn is dealt to that creature instead. Heroic Intervention gives your permanents hexproof and indestructible. Join Shields untaps all your creatures and gives them hexproof and indestructible for the turn. Pariah does the same thing as Pariah's Shield. Swords to Plowshares exiles a creature and its controller gains life equal to its power. And now we come to Ramp. So Arcane Signet taps for 1 mana of any color. Chromatic Lantern does the same and lets your lands do the same. Cultivate searches up 2 basics and lets you put 1 on the field tapped and 1 into your hand. Farseek lets you search a basic land of any type other than forest. Kodama's Reach does the same as Cultivate. Soul Ring is Soul Ring. 3 Visits searches up a forest and puts it onto the field tapped. Wayfarer's Bauble can be sacked to search up a basic land. For lands, you've got Command Tower, Craig Crown Pathway, Evolving Wilds, Kessig Wolf Run, Needle Verge Pathway, Rogue's Passage, Slayer's Stronghold, Sliver Hive, and Sunhome Fortress of the Legion. You've also got 9 forests, 9 mountains, and 5 plains. And there's my wacky build of Jared Carthalion. I've wanted to build Jared Sliver since he was first spoiled, but I thought, no, you don't get Conspiracy, you don't get Arcane Adaptation because those are in blue and black, so I'm not gonna do that. Well, I think it's been a year since Commander Legends came out. I have finally worked up the courage to build this deck the way that I initially wanted to, and it's dumb. It's not amazing, but it's a lot of fun, and that's what's important. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and a comment letting us know what you think. Let us know what you think even if you didn't like it. We want to hear all kinds of feedback. Subscribe for more from us in the future, and as always, have a great day, y'all.